There's a specific kind of exhaustion that comes from being in a relationship you're not sure you should be in. It's not just a physical tiredness. It's a low-grade chronic mental fatigue that follows you from the moment you wake up until you close your eyes at night. You wake up, you weigh the pros and cons, you replay the last argument in your head like a broken record, and by the time you go to sleep, you're still stuck in the exact same middle ground. It's like living in a state of emotional limbo, where your feet are on the ground, but you don't know which direction they're pointed. But here's what most people don't realize. Indecision is, in itself, a decision. It's a decision to stay in a state of high cortisol and chronic stress. Your brain is essentially caught in a war between two primitive systems. Your amygdala, the emotional alarm system, is screaming that something is wrong, while your prefrontal cortex, the logical center, is desperately trying to rationalize why you should stay for safety. Psychology tells us that the stay or go dilemma isn't just about how much you love someone, because the hardest truth in life is that you can love someone deeply and still be fundamentally incompatible with them. Love is the fuel, but compatibility is the engine. One of the most powerful reasons people stay in unhappy relationships is what psychologists call the sunk cost fallacy. This is a cognitive bias where we continue an investment, whether it's money, effort, or time, simply because we've already invested so much in it. In your head, it sounds like, I can't leave now, I've spent 7 years on this. If I leave, those 7 years were a waste of my youth. But here's the cold psychological truth. You cannot get those years back by spending more years in a situation that isn't working. Those years are sunk. They are gone. When we focus on the past, we ignore the opportunity cost. The fact that every day you spend in a stagnant relationship is a day you aren't spending building a life that actually fulfills you. You aren't saving those 7 years. You're doubling down on a losing bet. Let's look at the Met Today test in more detail. I want you to close your eyes and imagine you are single. You walk into a coffee shop and you meet your current partner for the very first time. You spend 3 hours talking. You see exactly how they treat the staff. You hear their current views on life. You see their current habits, and you feel their current energy. Knowing everything you know right now, not who they were 5 years ago, not the potential you think they have, but who they actually are today. Would you choose to start a relationship with them? Would you give them your phone number? If the answer is a hesitant maybe or a flat no, then you aren't staying for the person. You are staying for the ghost of the person or the historical record of your time together. We often stay because we feel like we owe the past version of ourselves a victory, but your only obligation is to the current and future versions of yourself. The past version of you made the best choice they could with the information they had. It's okay to let them be wrong. Contempt is the single greatest predictor of divorce and breakup. It is more than just being angry. It is a feeling of moral, intellectual, or character-based superiority. It's the eye roll when they tell a story you've heard before. It's the sarcastic, "Oh, great job," when they make a mistake. It's the dismissal of their core feelings as stupid, dramatic, or wrong. Psychologically, contempt is the opposite of respect. And without respect, intimacy cannot survive. It's like pouring acid on the roots of a tree. Once a relationship shifts from, "We're a team solving a problem," to, "I am better than you," the foundation has crumbled. Ask yourself, when your partner speaks, is your first instinct to listen? Or is it to find the flaw in what they are saying so you can correct them? Does your partner make you feel small or incompetent? Contempt often hides in humor. The "I'm just joking" after a biting comment. But if you find yourself constantly looking down on them, or if you feel like you are constantly being looked down upon, the psychological safe haven of the relationship is gone. You aren't partners anymore. You're adversaries. You cannot heal in an environment where you are fundamentally disrespected. Many people think a relationship is in trouble when there is a lot of yelling. But ironically, the sign it's truly over isn't always fighting. It's silence. It's what psychologists call emotional disengagement. Think about the last time something important happened to you. Maybe you got a promotion, or maybe you had a terrible day and felt like a failure. Is your partner the first person you want to tell? Or have you started telling your best friend, your sister, or even a coworker first? Because you already know your partner's reaction will be neutral, dismissive, or worse, spark a conflict? This is a breakdown of what Gottman calls bids for connection. In healthy relationships, we constantly make bids, little attempts at attention or empathy. Hey, look at that bird. Or, I'm really stressed today. In a healthy bond, the partner turns toward that bid. In a dying bond, they turn away or turn against. Eventually, you stop making bids. This is a survival mechanism. Your brain realizes that the cost of rejection is higher than the reward of sharing. You stop sharing your inner world because it feels safer to keep it inside than to have it ignored or weaponized. This leads to living parallel lives under the same roof. You're roommates who share a bed and a bank account, but your souls haven't touched in months. If you've reached a point of indifference where you don't even have the energy to argue anymore because you've stopped caring about whether they understand you, it's a sign your brain has already started the mourning process. You're physically present, but emotionally, you've already moved out. One of the most telling psychological metrics of a relationship's health is what is happening to your own personality. Does this relationship make you a broader, more confident, more vibrant version of yourself? Or are you becoming a version you don't recognize? In a healthy partnership, we experience self-expansion theory. This suggests that a primary motivation for relationships is to expand our identity. Your partner's strengths, perspectives, and skills become part of your world. You learn new things, you feel braver to take risks, and you feel safe to be your full, even messy self. But in a failing or toxic relationship, you experience self-contraction. Think about your daily life. Are you constantly walking on eggshells to avoid an argument? Have you stopped talking about certain topics because they trigger your partner? Have you shrunk your social circle because it's easier than dealing with your partner's jealousy or social anxiety? Look at your physical health. Are you experiencing unexplained tension, headaches, or digestive issues? Are you hypervigilant? Are you constantly checking your phone with a sense of dread when you see a text from them? If the cost of the relationship is your identity, your peace of mind, or your ability to grow as a human being, then the price is too high. A partner should be a mirror that reflects your best qualities back to you, helping you see who you can become, not a cage that limits you to who they need you to be to feel secure. The final sign is the realization that you are in love with a ghost. Psychologically, we often engage in temporal discounting or idealized projection. We stay because we remember the honeymoon phase from years ago, and we convince ourselves that if we just say the right thing, or if they just get that new job, or if we just move to a new city, that old version of them will return.